achieve. My goal is to take the school to the nationals. Okay, I'm not a coach that now I'm in college soccer is going to sit back and be like, yes, I've made it, I'm at college now, no way. I want our college to be the best it can be, and I want you as individuals to be the best you can be. Okay, if we get there or not, either way we're going to enjoy the process. All right, and that's crucial to us, is enjoying that process. Yes, of course we want to win, and we're going to try and win every single game. But if you're not having fun along the way, winning or losing doesn't even matter, because you're not going to stick with it. Okay, does that make sense? So right now we're NCCAA Div 1, okay, which is the National Christian College Association of America, Division 1. We've got our application in for the NAIA CalPAC division. So right now, even though we're NCCA, we still play all NAIA teams. So there's no real difference in terms of the level. The reason we're trying to go into the NAIA, and thankfully, touch wood, all is going in the right direction right now, is because it's just a lot more professional, it's a lot more organised, and it's a lot easier for us to get to playoffs and to get to nationals. There's a clearer pathway, if that makes sense. Where we are right now, you have to win half your games to get to playoffs, but you choose your own schedule. So for example, SD Christian could play 10 weak colleges and get to playoffs because they're playing weak colleges. NAIA, everything's regulated, you get your own schedule, everyone plays everywhere. So it's a lot, for me, it's proper football, right? Your league's your league, your team's your teams, the best teams go to playoffs, simple as that, okay? So that's where we're heading as a program, which is quite, okay? Now, what are goals of the season? So we always set out goals for what we're trying to achieve. We want you to understand the identity in the USK way, continue a progressive program, like I said, on the field. You know, this school, we're not set in stone, we are not where we want to be, but we are on that way. That's where we're trying to go. So every single day, we've got the opportunity to take the school closer and closer to where we want to be. At the end of your 4 years or 2 years, you're going to be part of something that has grown significantly, rather than coming in, thanks for contributing, see you later, and it'll be exactly the same. 4 parts of the game that we always hone on about. Again, we want to keep the game as simple as we can. When we're in possession, when we're out of possession, and then the 2 transitional moments. Okay, they're the 4 areas of the game that we focus on the most. If we get those things down and you've got an idea of what we expect and what to do, you boys are going to have a good season. We want you to develop individually, on and off the field. Okay, so when you look at the title that you'll be next year, you will be a student athlete, not an athlete student. Okay, so we've got to make sure that that student part is taken care of. Okay, so we can go and enjoy being an athlete. Now, a lot of you lads here, if not all of you, have worked very, very hard just to get to this position of getting to college. Some of you might be the first in your family. Some of you, it might be the first time that you're looking at a college today. But I'm pretty much sure from when you were this high to when you're here now, that's been a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice. Okay? And that doesn't mean once you get here it stops. It means we take it to that next level. Okay, so it's really important that we look after you. With your academics, you achieve what you want to achieve, and on the soccer field, because at the end of the day, we all love football. That's why we're doing this, okay? It's a great way to get into school. It's a great way to make some friends. With us as a team, we are very much that. So if you're not pulling your weight off the pitch, okay, you could be our best player scoring goals week in, week out. If you're not doing what you're meant to do as a student, then you don't get to score the goals, you don't get to do the stuff on the pitch. And we keep each other accountable within ourselves to do that, okay? Final goal, obviously, qualify for playoffs, okay? We're not here to make up the numbers, we're not here to mess about, we're here to achieve something. Creating our identity. So a big thing for us is when people play USK, we want people to think, all right, we're playing USK, we're going to get this type of team. Okay, and it's up to us to decide what type of team we are. Okay, there's 3 parts to our school, as Marina has talked about: athletics, academics, and spirituality. Okay, so it's very important that those 3 parts we integrate even when we're playing. Okay, does that make sense? we have our non-negotiables. Okay, so this is something that if you're fortunate enough to be a part of this program next year, you'll be a part of this progress to decide what our non-negotiables are. Okay, and this comes from you as players. Alright, so you tell us what we need to do every single day in order to achieve our goal. Okay, because us as coaches, we can't be standing there saying, you're not trying hard enough, you're not communicating. That's schoolboy stuff. Okay, this is university level football. Okay, so there must be standards that we set for each other that we make sure that we hold each other accountable for. Now, the kicker is we're all human beings. So we're all going to mess up sometimes. We're all going to do the wrong thing sometimes. Okay? But if we've got them teammates supporting us through them times, it's a lot easier to get back on track. Okay? And not get deterred and to lose focus. So what's a typical training session like for USK? 90 to 105 minutes long. We have our A, B, 1 through 4, C, D system. Okay, so A is arrival, 15 minutes before we start training. B, we talk about what we're doing in the session. 1 to 4 is the session itself. C, we cool down. D is debrief. We review the session, what was good, bad, anything that's going on. For example, if we've got a game, travel, what time's the bus picking us up, yada, yada, yada. Okay, grade checks, drug tests, things like that all come into play. Okay. We always ask the players to address us before and after every practice. Okay, so we shake hands before, we shake hands at the end. All right. When we do our practices, today was a sort of an example of a practice for us. Okay, if we were working on possession, we may use that type of practice. Maybe not quite with the flying changes at the end, because that's more of attacking overloads and transitional. But we could use it for that transitional link between the possession and attacking. Okay, so warm up. We always have stuff to do to start with: rondos, touches, soccer, tennis, something fun. Get them touches, get a bit of banter going. Then we stretch. Then we start warming up, getting focused, getting our objective clear. Then we go into the game stuff as quickly as we can and get that done. And for me personally, always finish with the game. All right, because that's what we love to do. Right, we love to play. Attire. This is an example for the spring. We're on the field 3 times this spring, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. So attire, again, we don't want to look like ragged ass rovers. So we've got to make sure that we look the part, because then we feel the part. Okay, so again, accountability. If you show up wearing the wrong thing or the wrong attire, there is a consequence. Clean up is always done at the end of the day. So right now for spring, we split the teams in half. They go at it, 6v6, 7v7, whatever it is, 9v9, 10v10, losing teams on clear up. So there's a purpose to the game, all right? We want to win that game, so then you don't have to pick up all the cones, move the goals, all the balls, you can get home, get a shower. So again, for clean up, that's for us. It's not, you're a freshman, you're on it. No way, all right? You win the game, you get the benefit. You lose, you deal with the consequence. Fair, right? Fair is fair. Offences, like I say, obviously there's consequences to our actions. So if you don't abide by what we ask, okay, you get fined, which is voluntary hours, so you have to do some more work in the community. In terms of the season structure, a lot of you know August through at the end of October is the games, and then we do spring season from February to April. In between, there's not much going on apart from social stuff. So we'll get together, we'll go to the beach, we'll have a bonfire down there, hang out, we'll go foot golf, we'll do bits and bobs with each other to make sure that we have some fun off the field. Okay? That, in about a coconut nutshell, is us as a soccer program.